1. Read the introduction to the article. Can you think of any inventions like that? Hutch-dos. Look at the headings. What do you already know about these inventions, if anything? Read the article and compare it to your ideas. Ashtar 3. Read the article again. What do these years refer to? Lee el artículo otra vez. ¿A qué se refieren estos años? 1845, 1739, 1877, 1776, 1879, 1779, 1847. 4. Match the words from the article in A to their meanings in B. A1, patent. 2, vastly neu. 3, devote. 4, overtake, vigorously, tap. Infrastructure, precursor, exeter. Contemporary, tent, arguably. BA, strongly, forcefully. B, a quick, light knock. C, greatly. D, give all your time. To E, become more successful than something else. F, person or thing that comes before another of the same kind. G, probably H, official right to make and sell an invention. I, the basic facilities needed for the operation of a public system. J, person living at the same time as another. Hab 5. Use the context to guess the meaning of these words in the article. 1. Try your hand at doing something, section A. 2. Pave the way for something, someone, section B. 3. Join forces with someone, section C. Now 6. Answer these questions about the steam engine. A. The telegraph. B. The light bulb. C. And their inventors, Watt, Morse and Edison. In some cases, more than one answer is possible. Which invention? 1. Was based on knowledge that had been around for a long time. 2. Was born out of tragedy. 3. Was based on an earlier design. 4. Was being developed by more than one person at the same time. Which inventor? 5. Refused to acknowledge others working in his field. 6. Cooperated with other inventors. 7. Personally organized public access to his invention. 8. Gave his name to something connected with his invention. 9. Originally had a completely different profession. What do you think? Look at this list of top 10 inventions. Which 5 do you think have been the most important for the world? Why? Are there any others you would add? Top 10 inventions. 1. Telephone, 2. Computer, 3. Internet, 4. Antibiotics, 5. Car, 6. Television, 7. Light bulb, 8. Steam engine, 9. Radio, 10. Camera. Project. Choose another invention that has had or did have a big impact on the way people live. Find out about it and write a short text. Include information on what it is and how it works, where and when it was invented and by whom, how it changed people's lives. 1. Read the introduction.
Pages 38 and 39. Exercise 1.
Inventions that shaped the future. A new invention is rarely the idea of one person, but the product of various people and built on previous attempts. Often the inventor credited with the invention is the person who managed to perfect the first workable design for commercial production. These 3 significant inventions are especially important for how they shaped the future. The steam engine. Before the invention of the steam engine, most products were handmade. Water wheels and animals provided the only power. The idea of using steam to create power had been around for thousands of years, but it wasn't until Thomas Newcomen, an English blacksmith, tried his hand at designing a steam-powered machine that the first workable steam engine appeared in 1712. 57 years later, his design was vastly improved by Scottish engineer James Watt, widely considered the inventor of the modern steam engine. In 1769, he received a patent for his new design. Watt produced the first effective engine which powered the whole industrial revolution from roughly 1760 to 1870. In less than 120 years, the world saw the greatest period of change in the shortest amount of time. Steam engines powered factories and transported their goods all over the world. Although steam has been overtaken by electricity, most power plants in the world actually generate electricity using steam turbines. A unit of power, the watt, was named after this most influential of inventors. The telegraph. In 1825, artist Samuel Morse was in Washington, D.C., when a letter arrived on horseback saying that his wife was ill. Morse hurried back home, only to find she had already died and been buried. Heartbroken, Morse devoted himself to inventing a system of fast, long-distance communication. Morse eventually developed the concept of a single-wire telegraph. Meanwhile, in Britain, William Cooke and Charles Wheatstone had developed a telegraph device of their own and patented it in 1837. However, their use of multiple wires would later be overtaken by Morse's method because it was cheaper. Moreover, Morse vigorously fought to be recognized as the inventor of the telegraph despite the earlier invention. He received a patent in 1847. In 1845, he formed a company to install telegraph lines from New York to other cities. He also invented Morse code, a series of taps to send the messages with. The invention of the telegraph transformed our world because the infrastructure put in place paved the way for telephones. Wireless radio and TV followed, and all communication was now instant. The light bulb. American inventor Thomas Edison is generally recognized as the inventor of the light bulb, filing for a patent in 1879, but he did not create the first one. There had been several precursors, and there were many contemporaries working on the same problem. One of these was British inventor Joseph Swan, who held an 1876 patent for an incandescent lamp. Edison later joined forces with Swan to avoid patent quarrels, and they set up the Edison Company to bring electric light to Britain. In fact, this is arguably Edison's greater achievement, that he was able to bring light to the masses. He raised funds, set up power plants, and laid wires to get electricity into homes across America. The light bulb changed the world, but not just in providing light. There already were relatively cheap and efficient gas lamps at the time. It was actually the infrastructure that was built to provide electricity to every home and business that changed everything. Today, our world is filled with powered devices that we can plug in anywhere, thanks to the light bulb.